Brothers Monday Night Football broadcast. Take a listen, y'all.
Jerry Jones offered me a contract. Also, Pete Carroll did as well in Seattle during our lockout time. And it definitely got my blood flowing again, got my mind racing again, thinking about the game of football, being out there on Sundays. But, we was able to get a deal done in the NBA, and I was back on the court in no time. But I definitely thought about it. I still got the jersey, too, that Jerry and Pete Carroll sent me from 2011.
Stephen A., he's one of the GOATs for sure in the NBA, but how good do you think he would have been in the NFL?
I think LeBron James is on the Mount Rushmore of basketball. One of the greatest athletes and clearly one of the greatest basketball players who've ever lived. I don't think he would have lasted more than a year in the NFL. I really don't. I really don't. If you see LeBron and maybe he engages in histrionics and a bit embellishment and just exaggerating, injuries and things of that nature. But when this brother gets hit, particularly in the legs, he don't like it at all. And being that he's a legit 6'9", I think that LeBron James, the second those legs got hit, he would want no parts of it. And again, it ain't like he's some short dude. He's 6'9". So big those dude. Legs, he's a big dude, and those legs would be a prime target. They wouldn't think about hitting him high. Everybody would be trying to hit him low, and he would want no part of that. No way in hell. I don't think he'd last more than a year.
See, the thing is everybody look at LeBron James, Mina, as LeBron James, greatest basketball player possibly to ever live, right? But that's basketball. Okay, that's just I get it. You're trying to make a transition from the NBA court to the football field in the middle of your NBA career, not from high school to college to the pros, or not from college to the pros, or not from college basketball year or pro basketball year then to the pros in football. LeBron James doesn't know what it feels like to get hit in the chin going across the middle. He has no idea. Because in high school, you're bigger, stronger, faster than everybody. Now that strength grows when you get to college. And it grows even more, as you know. Imagine Bobby Wagner catching him coming across the middle, a Cam Chancellor catching a 6'9", 275 pound, because he's going to have to be 70 pounds, 270, 265, whatever he is, coming across the middle, Mina. And the ball, your ribs are exposed.
Yeah.
Your ribs you outreach, Stephen A. They're all them little meaty ribs.
Yeah.
Oh, they exposed.
Oh, yes.
And them Bobby Wagners of the world, and them Cam Chancellors, and them Ronnie Lotts,
no
and them young Sean Taylors. They looking for that.
I didn't know we get a Ronnie Lott shout out today.
Yeah, but this isn't backing down a 7-foot, 200-pound big in the NBA and dunking on it. No.
Yeah.
And I love LeBron, but it's it's just different.
I love that we get to end the show, or at least my time here, with a kumbaya moment, because I'm in total agreement with both of you. But not because of LeBron's body type, because people act like the tight end position is easy and that anyone can just. You always hear people saying, "I just switch him to tight end. Just post him in the end zone." It's a very complicated position. Your responsibilities, both as a blocker, even if you're used as a move tight end, are not simple to pick up on the fly. So the notion that any basketball player, much less LeBron James, could just leave his sport and easily walk into the NFL, it's just not realistic.
Here's what I would say would be an easy transition for him if he was to leave the sport, put his hand in the ground and go get the ball. Play defensive end, go get the ball. All I need you to do is sniff out the ball. If he had a fierce defensive mentality, he could have been one of the good ones at that spot.
My position, my questioning of LeBron as a football player has zero to do with his talent.
Yeah,
I'm just talking about the willingness to absorb punishment.
It's different,
below the waist. He don't want no parts of that.
Sport.
He don't want no parts of that.
Hey, look, Stephen A. And he don't want no parts of a training camp where you are locked into a dorm for a month outdoors, not an air-conditioned. Nice, we're going to Hawaii for training camp.
He did deal with that in the bubble, though. He did deal with that in the bubble.
No, but it ain't the same, though.
Yeah.
No, the bubble is different than being locked in a dorm room on a little bitty bed that's probably a twin-size bed.
You're saying NBA players are bigger divas. Okay. I get it.
I didn't say that.
That's exactly what you said. That's what you said.
Different.
And it takes a diva to know one, so it's all. Good. Mina, we'll see you on NFL Live later. Always
Yes,
fun
we
having
will.
you. Thank you for stopping
Thanks,
by.
Mina.
Yeah, Seattle just has a 6% chance to make the playoffs after their 1-2 start. Mina Kimes back here with us. And I seem to remember someone going off about how good the Seahawks were. Stephen A., do you remember who that was?
Yeah, I remember. It was Mina.
Was it?
I
Was it
mean,
Mina?
invaded first take. You know, love having her on. Was excited that she was going to be on the show with me and stuff like that, Key. And she just went all in on me and was like, you know, the Seahawks, watch what they do this year. And I'm like,
Are y'all really going there in 3 games?
you know, I'm saying, why?
That's a great point.
Because I'm
That's a great
with Mina
point.
though. I think Seattle
Love
will
this.
be all right. I think
So-
they'll be all right.
Go ahead, go ahead. I'll let Mina go first. I'll let Mina
Okay.
go ahead, explain.
The
So, go
alliances
ahead.
are shifting. It's hard to keep track. It's like Survivor. Stephen A., you know I watch a lot of tape. I suggest you roll back the first take tape of when we had this debate because it wasn't about how great Seattle was. I always had the Rams winning the division. I've had
you
since
had
the
them doing
summer.
better than my
It was
Steelers.
about who has higher upside, Seattle or Pittsburgh. You're smiling because you know I'm right. And let me ask you this.
You got me.
Who's got higher upside?
Let me answer that for
It's
you.
definitely the Seahawks.
It's Seattle. Simple and easy. I answer that for you.
You ain't got to
That
rub
was
it in, man.
slick. She
You
just flipped that
she-
on you.
she flipped it. She's
Real
brilliant.
quick.
I will say.
I got
Just
it.
evaded
I got it.
that. Do you
And
have a law
Keyshawn just
degree?
jumping in to help her. It's all right. Okay.
I gotta eat a little
Come on,
crow.
man.
I do gotta eat a little crow, Stephen. I will say I was too optimistic about Seattle. I will say that. The defense has been worse than I thought. I don't blame the offense for much. They have had some
Can't
second
defend
half
the run or the
implosions. Yeah, game script has really messed with them on offense. The defense has been an abject disaster, frankly. And you've seen the meltdown now twice. I think we realize now that the Colts offense is just simply not good at all. They can't cover major issues in the secondary. It's a simplistic scheme. And if this team wants to compete for a wild card spot, I do not think they have a chance at winning the division right now, given how the Rams are playing. They got to get something fixed on defense. They got to get more of a pass rush. So they do have serious issues, but Pittsburgh's got bigger issues. That's all. That's all.
They
I still
usually
love your
fix it, though.
quarterback, Mina,
They
for what
usually
that's
fix it.
worth.
Listen,
All right.
here's the bottom line. When you look at the Seahawks right now, I mean, to me, you shouldn't be having these problems. You really, really shouldn't. I mean, when you got Russell Wilson there, you got Tyler Lockett, you got DK Metcalf, you got Carson coming out of the backfield. You should be able to do some things. It should not be these kind of problems where you lose in 2 games in a row. Even though it was to Tennessee and Minnesota, Minnesota was their backs. They had their backs against the wall, and we understand.
Come out fighting.
Yeah, they came out fighting. We get all of that. But you Seattle, you're supposed to be able to handle that. Something's different about this team this year.
They haven't been the same since the Legion of Boom, though, defensively.
I know that.
And Ken Norton Jr. is trying to settle in as a defensive coordinator, mainly calling the defensive plays and not getting any help from anybody else.
Okay.
Well,
All right.
I was going to say, you should be getting help. Pete Carroll, your calling card is defense. That is what you bring to this team. So
Yeah.
I think ultimately accountability does end with him and also the front office because they just haven't had very good drafts defensively. I'm calling out Seattle.